So the premise is that I'm going to just ask this simple inquiry that you can understand with your mind, with thought, and then let awareness unhook from thought and look to the space or the background or to open awareness. So the answer to the inquiry is not in thought. It's not to think about it. It's to set up a movement of letting this problem solver relax and feel into the background or the space that is here when that other chattering, fast moving, scanning for danger part is relaxes and opens more space. Yeah. So this is the simple inquiry that goes, and there's a little bit of a series of questions that I'm asking to your awareness eventually. So here it is. So what's here now when there's no problem to solve? So just understand the words. The problem solver will understand the words. And then see what it's like if the problem solver can relax and awareness can feel what remains in that space. So what's this that's here just now when there's no problem to solve? You don't look to thought. You let thought become like mental sensations. And you just feel into the awareness that's spacious and pervasive. Non-thought-based alert awareness. What's its qualities? And what's it like to rest as this awareness based that's connected to your body? It's not leaving, it's just here, simple, clear, and awake. And then what's it like to be aware from this awareness that's arising as vibration, sensation, thoughts, feelings, your body, and the room? So you remain with this background awareness that's spacious and pervasive, but now it includes like an ocean of awareness arising as your body and everything in the room, but mostly space, energy, and objects. Letting physical sensations arise and letting mental sensations, just like chatter of at a restaurant when other tables are talking. Just uninterested. You don't have to look to thought or use thought in order to be alert. What's this like?
Yeah, I think for me, just as soon as you said, let go, what is it like when there's no problem to solve? What's here? It's just, I started to feel just a sense of joy, a sense of ease and joy and openness. And I just, like, there was a smile on my face automatically. So I hope those that are listening, that they can at least get a taste of that kind of opening and that kind of freedom that is here right now when we just relax the manager, the problem solver. Is there another one that you wanted to do?
Sure. Yeah. And just to say that, you can go back and listen to this again. And, you could stop just at that first inquiry. I kind of layered the pointers but it might have been too much. For some, it may have been helpful. For others, it might just, like Artem said, just the first what's here now and there's no problem to solve is enough in itself. And then to say, make sure you understand that this is not to avoid problems or to get beyond problems. This is actually to upgrade the problem solver. This is that the problem solver is the problem that makes us worried and frustrated and anxious and self-judging. That when we upgrade, we let that small problem solver, which is made of the contracted self-referencing identity that is a developmental potential to go beyond. When that relaxes and we upgrade to this awareness-based that can even thank the problem solver for all its hard work, which is really a powerful kind of psychological work that I include from internal family systems and compassionate inquiry of Gabor Mate and Richard Schwartz, Bessel van der Kolk. So that kind of work with trauma and with thanking these parts rather than getting rid of them or spiritually zapping them away, so that you can then deal with issues or situations from an easier way. So yeah, so that one kind of opens you up. This one, we're going to drop down from head space to full embodiment or heart space. Yeah. So some people, it's easier to go out and then come in like we did. Others, it's easier to go in and then open up and come back. So this one starts to kind of immediately ask you to feel the radical premise, which is that awake consciousness is already here. And that actually when I am going to ask you to be aware of the awareness that's identified with thought and creating a thinker, and then ask the awareness of awareness to decenter and relocate so that the awareness is aware of your jaw from your jaw. And then the awareness moves itself. So the doer, the thinker, the self is not moving. It's your awake consciousness that moves itself, so that you feel your throat from within your throat, drop and feel your body from within your body, so that you aren't looking down to your body and you're not checking up to make sure you're doing it right, but you start to feel direct perception from the field of awareness that's all around and also locally able to be aware from within. And then that center goes to this kind of heart space that most of us around the world say, well, this is me. And there's some kind of, so it's not the emotional heart, which can be in the throat. It's not the physical heart. It's not a heart chakra. It's not the belly brain, but it touches all those. It's kind of a centerless center, a space that seems like when you feel you're more there, it opens you up into this kind of open-hearted awareness, open mind first, and then open-hearted wisdom. So we'll try that. So you can do it eyes open or closed. The first thing is to feel, where are you listening to me from? So who is listening and where is the listener? So find that local constellation of consciousness that organizes from your senses, and then just feel that awareness is identified or attached to that center. And then somehow awareness can simply unhook and open to space. And so immediately there, immediately here, notice the quiet. And then feel like that awareness, like a bubble, can then drop within So the awareness moves to your jaw, your smile. And then the awareness moves itself down, dropping, knowing your throat and your neck directly from within, feeling the effervescent aliveness, the space, the awareness from within. Just see if you can feel this direct perception so that subject and object are located in the same area. So you're not looking up to thought check and you're not stretching attention down or looking, but you feel like the center of who you are is in your throat and then drops below your neck into your upper body. So you feel embodied from within your body. So just feel what that's like to feel that aliveness, the contraction and expansion, heat and cold directly from within. And then let your awareness kind of go behind and below your emotional heart and find this heart space, this heart mind, and just rest in this open area that's equally within and not only in front, but in the middle of your body. Feel that awareness at the subtlest level. So it goes from kind of a living stream of awareness into this awake space that's equally inside in the middle of you and even toward the back and opens up behind you. So that bubble can open up through the subtlest dimension until it moves at the speed of awareness and discovers the awareness that has your back. So finding that awake consciousness that's like an ocean of awareness behind you that it then flows into your body like a wave and feel like you're looking out of the eyes of your heart, interconnected with everything. So you're dropped, now open in front and back, to the sides, above and below, all around. Spacious, interconnected feeling. And just feel this sense of being fully embodied and interconnected. Interbeing is what Thich Nhat Hanh called it. So your eyes and your ears and the information in the office of your head can kind of come down by Wi-Fi to this more center of your body, which is really more the center that has more space, more heart, more compassion, more wisdom, less chatter. And just remain at home in your heart and receive that information from your feet and your brain. And just notice what it's like so that all your senses, equal rights to all senses, are on. And then as your ears receive and come down, and then as your eyes gently open, let them be receptive. You feel like they're like a periscope coming down to your heart space or your heart mind. So your body is receiving this kind of shift in your nervous system and your clarity and perception have shifted as well. So what do you notice from here? What's the view? What's the felt sense of identity or being? And then the question, curiously, is this a meditation state? Or is this more your natural condition to which other states can come and go, and that we've been living in an altered state, and this is really the more awake, open-minded, open-hearted sense of potential to live and respond.